Hello, this is Professor Duenas, continuing our lesson on subject-verb agreements. In this segment, we'll be examining how prepositional phrases affect the form of the verb to be used. Let's examine the first sentence. I wait for the bus. Now, if I change the subject to the man, the sentence would read, the man waits for the bus. This is because the subject is third person singular. The man is not me. The man is not you. I'm telling you about the man. And there's only one man here. So this is third person singular. And remember that when the subject is third person singular, we always add s or es to the verb. But what happens when we have an intervening prepositional phrase between the subject, between the simple subject and the verb? For example, the man from my class waits for the bus. What is the subject of this sentence? Well, you have to remember the subject is the person or thing that does the action. What is the action here? Waits for the bus. If I ask who waits for the bus, you will arrive at the answer, the man waits for the bus, or maybe the man from my class. Now remember, it's the man who waits for the bus, not the class who waits for the bus. This is because the simple subject, which is the root noun, the noun or noun phrase which performs the action, can also be modified or described with prepositional phrases. Now there are over 100 prepositions in English, so I won't go into an extensive list of prepositions, but these are words such as at, in, on, above, below, before, as well as by, for, from, etc. These words will often be followed by a noun, which in many cases confuses a student when it comes to determining which form of the verb to use for the subject. For example, if I say, the men in my building, would I say wait for the bus or waits for the bus? The correct answer would be the men wait for the bus, because the men is a plural subject. If I say, the men in my building, it's true that building is singular, but the men is a plural subject. So if I have to choose between adding an s to the verb or not adding an s to the verb, I need to keep in mind that men is a subject, not building. In other words, anything that comes after a preposition will not affect the meaning of the subject. In a sense, it will not affect the number of the subject. This is very important to recognize because on many tests, the trick here is that a singular subject will be followed by a prepositional phrase that ends in a plural noun right before the verb, fooling you into thinking that it's a plural subject. Conversely, you may also have a plural subject followed by a prepositional phrase that ends in a singular noun, fooling you into thinking that you may need to add an s to the verb when you really don't. So, click here for a link on how the prepositional phrase can affect the subject, or click on the other links if you would like to examine other problem areas. You may also choose to follow some of the practice exercises in this lesson by clicking on the link for special problem areas with subject-verb agreement and choosing prepositional phrases. Thank you.